Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum and Namaskar. This is your literature mentor and I'm going to teach you the Anglo-Saxon age or the Anglo-Saxon period. The Anglo-Saxon period is one of the most influential and the first period in the history of English literature. It was a significant time in the linguistic, literature and religious development in the England. It begins with the invasion of Germanic tribes in England. The Germanic tribes, they were Anglo-Saxon and Jutes, migrated from the continental Europe to the Great Britain. There they defeated the Roman Empire and there they established their own kingdoms, shaped the language and dominated the region until the Normans conquered them in 1066 AD. This era began in 5th century. Our ended in 11th century. Now historical background. Britain was earlier ruled by the Romans. After the Romans left, the Anglo-Saxons settled in England. As I have told you, society was tribal and warrior-based. Christianity was introduced in 597 AD by missionaries like Saint Augustine of Canterbury. Both pagan and Christian belief influenced literature because before Christianity was introduced into them, they were pagans and their religion was paganism. Now, language of the Anglo-Saxon age. Language of the Anglo-Saxon age was Old English and it was very difficult from modern English. It had Germanic roots written in Latin alphabets after Christianity. It was just because Bible was written in Latin alphabets. 4 main dialects were mainly spoken: Northumbrian, Mercian, West Saxon, and Kentish, and most of their literature was in West Saxon language or dialect. Characteristics of Anglo-Saxon literature. Heroic spirit. What does heroic spirit mean? Heroic spirit means great bravery in battle, loyalty to one's king or leader, and willingness to sacrifice life for honor. Also strong sense of duty, like every hero has. In the Saxon society, hero was not just strong, he was loyal, fearless, and honorable. So it was one of the main features of Anglo-Saxon literature. The another is fate. Weird. Fate means a power that controls human life. Anglo-Saxon believed that destiny cannot be changed. A person must accept his fate bravely. They believed that even kings and heroes couldn't escape death. In simple words, fate decides what will happen in life. And so it was also one of the main features in Anglo-Saxon literature. They believed that death in battle was honorable and a brave man should face destiny without fear. So fate was a first pagan belief, but later it was connected with Christian ideas. So their belief was strongly dependent on the religion, that is Christianity and paganism, because both the religions contain the idea of fate. Pagan influence, it's the third feature. Their literature was influenced by paganism. Before Christianity, the Anglo-Saxon believed in many gods, fate, supernatural powers, revenge, warrior, and honor. Life was seen as full of struggles. Courage was the highest value. Christian influence after 597 AD, after Christianity came to England. Then moral teachings became important, religion influenced in literature, and the best example is Beowulf. The poem shows pagan heroism, but it also mentions God will and divine help, which shows that both Christianity and paganism influenced their literature. Caedmon, another examples are, Caedmon wrote Christian hymns, Ceolwulf wrote religious poems about saints. So their literature was influenced by both his Christianity and paganism, because some of them were Christian and some were pagans. After that, literature included Bible stories. Writers talk about heaven, hell, sin, and salvation. God was shown as a supreme power, which is highly reflected in their literature, and which shows one of the main features of that era and that period. After that, we have another feature, alliteration. What is alliteration? Alliteration is the repetition of the same consonant sound at the beginning of nearby words. Anglo-Saxon poetry did not use rhyme. Instead, poets used repeating sounds to create rhythm. It made poems easier to remember and recite, and it also gave musical quality to oral storytelling, or you can say poems. Examples is Beowulf. In Beowulf, they have used alliteration to create a musical quality in it. Another is use of caning style. So what is caning? A caning is a two-word poetic expression used instead of a simple word. It's a type of metaphor, it's a type of puzzle. It makes the language imaginative and powerful. It was common in all English poetry. Examples are railroad. Instead of saying sea, they used railroad. Same is, instead of saying king battle, they used switch. Such other examples are found in the old English literature. Another is serious tone. Anglo-Saxon poetry has a serious tone and somber tone. It focuses on war, battles, death, fate, loyalty, exile, and loneliness. Life during that time was full of struggles, so literature reflected hardships and bravery. For example, in Beowulf, the hero fights monsters and eventually dies, showing courage and sacrifice, like I have discussed in the heroism, and I have also discussed it in the background that they were warriors. So these all features are reflected in the literature. So if you want my video and if you like my videos, please subscribe the channel, and thanks for watching.